In the beginning was the Word, but we're not going that far back. No, we're going all the way back to 2007, where a former Gadzooks manager and a youth pastor decided to do something different. He wanted to start a church and a movie theater. So fast forward 14 years, and a mulleted worship pastor, Justin Hagler, turned the vision God gave him for a different kind of church into the simple church. Thousands of lives changed, millions of dollars given away. God has done something in Shreveport, Bossier that no church has done before. And that's right. Join us on the Backstage with the Simple Church podcast summer as we look at the humble beginnings of the simple church. Talk to the people who were there and had no idea what was ahead. The mullet may be gone, but the spirit of the mullet will live on in all of us every day.
Well, that's an intro.
That is an intro.
Thanks for downloading this episode of Backstage.
I'm so glad to finally be here.
I know. So people are going to realize once this podcast starts, Scott.
There is a silent whisper. No, that's not right.
Careless whisper?
Silent.
Okay. So the magic of time and space.
Ooh, time and...
You are here right now in the intro,
Yes.
but you aren't at the beginning of the podcast.
No.
So behind the curtain, we record the intro
Yes.
after the podcast. Because then we know what's going to happen, like you were hung up.
Yes.
And so then you come in mid-podcast.
Yeah, really, I just didn't want to be here.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. Thanks for downloading. We talked to Spud Wilson today. Spud is best known as being the ice cream.
Ice cream.
But he has also
You
been
scream.
one of our community pastors. He helps do good and has a cool story about getting involved in Simple Church after a long time of not being in church.
I wish I would have heard it.
That's right. You will hear it. You can download it later. Subscribe. You can get this episode of the podcast and subscribe to get a new one every week. We put out an episode. You can also watch on YouTube if you only listen to the audio version. Download the YouTube app.
Wait, or you can watch.
If you are used to only listening,
Oh, okay.
you can watch the video version on our Simple Church YouTube channel.
Yeah, and I try to listen to our own podcast, but it's weird when you hear
It is weird. It's hard to listen to yourself.
It's like I'm talking to me.
It's
Hi,
strange. You're lonely.
Lonely. I'm so lonely.
So hit subscribe. Make sure you get every new episode. Give us a 5-star review. It helps people to find the podcast. Share it with your friends. Spud's great.
Yeah, and the more you subscribe, the more chance I'll be here.
That's right. Help Scott save his job.
Oh, that's...
All right. Enjoy this episode.
Bye-bye.
I'm in the host seat. You got to do it, Spud. It's required. I can't do it. I think it's better than Scott's, though. We'll let people decide what they know. Welcome to Backstage with the Simple Church. We are excited. Spud, I'm not going to play favorites, but might be one of our favorite guests we've ever had, Mr. Spud Wilson.
Oh, thank you, Evan.
Spud, thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
We are doing this series called Beginnings, and you are synonymous with the Simple Church. When did you first start coming to Simple Church? What year? How long has it been? Do you remember?
Evan, I got a good memory. It's just short. But
it works in the short.
but around 2009 or 10.
Okay.
Something like that.
Right. So I started in 2009, or actually 2008. I think I started the end of 2008. So you've been here as long as I remember.
Yeah, a long time. I started doing ice cream for the Simple Church when they was at the theater. I wasn't attending, but Justin would ask me to come, serve ice cream to the congregation there, and it just grew from there. And then one day I decided I needed to be a member. I wanted to be a partner.
And I want to get more into that, but let's start with the ice cream, because if you're watching on YouTube, you probably recognize Spud. If you don't know his voice, you recognize the red ice cream truck. How in the world did you become an ice cream man, Spud? How does that start? Where does somebody do? Because nobody as a kid is like, you know what I'm going to be when I grow up? An ice cream man.
No, it happened, my youngest daughter, Whitney, was 4 years old, and this ice cream truck came by the house. And I said, "You want some ice cream?" And she said, "Yeah, Daddy." So we went out, and it was...
Did kids ever say no?
No, not the ice cream.
No.
Parents do, but kids don't.
No.
And this old, horrible-looking truck that was brown and blue and busted windshields and everything. There's two little old ladies in it and had a little sign, probably 4x6, said, "For sale." And I said, You serious?
Because you had a full-time job. You were doing something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were working.
Yeah. And then I said, okay, well, I'll buy it.
Just like that.
Just like that.
You didn't talk to your wife?
No. That wasn't smart, but I didn't. And I walked back in the house, and we talked, and I found out where to go get it, pick it up, and all. I didn't even ask them how much they wanted for it. I just thought I wanted to buy it.
Just on a whim. You'd never thought about doing it before?
Oh, that's not. Yeah, I had thought about it.
Really?
Yeah, because when I came back from the service during the Vietnam era and got back to Shreveport and Bossier, I did that for Foremost Ice Cream Company because they had little trucks running all over town.
Really?
Yeah, and I did it a couple of weekends with them just
as a job.
And it was fun. And I had fun. But anyway, so I walked in, I told Debbie, guess what we just did? We just bought an ice cream truck. And she said, are you crazy? 28 years later, we still have that truck.
Wow. I did not know that story. I genuinely had not heard that before. All right. I don't know if you can divulge these numbers. What did an ice cream truck cost 28 years ago? What did you buy an ice cream truck for?
$6,500.
$6,500.
Yeah,
did it have ice cream in it?
Oh, Lord, no.
No. Just the truck.
Yeah, and the truck wouldn't run. It was horrible. And the ironic thing is I bought it in May.
Okay.
July the 4th weekend, it caught on fire and burned up.
What?
Burned the motor up and everything. So it stayed in the shop for 2 months, getting rebuilt.
Peak ice cream season. That's when you want to make your money back.
What was so funny was when it caught on fire, there were more kids around it then. I didn't even have music. They thought, oh, boy, free ice cream because he's got to get rid of it.
Got to get rid of it.
Fire department came, guys.
Where were you?
In Meadowview area.
Wow.
And it was so funny, though. And it wasn't
so at that point, you're like, I'm done? Or you're like, I'm doubling down and we're going to make this truck better than ever?
That's what I thought. We got to. I'm too much in debt right now.
You're in it.
I got to do something. So it just stayed in the shop for 2 months, getting rewired, rebuilt.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Is that when it was painted red?
Right after that.
Yeah. Iconic red ice cream.
Because
Because there's other ice cream trucks.
Yeah, but not red.
Not the red.
Not the red.
Is it Hot and Buccaneer red? Is that why you went red?
Well, we do Houghton and we do Arkansas Razorback.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're a fan of both. Wow.
So it's been fun, but I've been so blessed. And, now I just do like daycares and church events and schools and field days. And now it's not.
You just bring joy, Spud. No one's ever upset ice cream shows up.
Oh, I don't know. It's just fun.
Oh, I know for sure you do. I know you do. And your personality, you had to do it for this long. You enjoy it. You have any good ice cream truck stories? What's something that's happened? Anything crazy over the years of anybody?
Oh, Evan, I can't tell you the crazy thing.
Oh, this
I can't
is what
say that on the air, can I?
We'll go off air, but do you have one that's air safe? Maybe anybody? I mean, have people ever been ugly to you? You ever had any problems with people? They get fights over the ice cream truck.
They don't really get mad. There was a couple of times in the Meadowview area when I felt threatened.
Yeah.
So I decided I won't do that anymore. I won't go back there.
Their loss.
And I'm not going to be scared.
Sure.
That, somebody's going to rob me or something like that. Most of everything's been fun.
Awesome.
And a few years ago, I thought, look how things have changed. This little girl, I don't know which area I don't know where I was at, but she come up on a riding lawnmower.
That sounds like Benton.
And she took out her phone and took a picture of the side of the ice cream truck. And I said, this was several years ago,
Yeah.
I said, what are you doing? She said, well, my little brother's sick and he can't come out. And I want to take a picture to see what choices he has to get ice cream. And I thought, wow.
It's a little different 28 years ago.
Yes. And that is so sweet. And it was, I don't know.
Using technology for good.
Yes, it was. I thought, how sweet. It was fun.
Have you ever had any famous people, any celebrities, local celebrities visit the ice cream truck?
No, I've done a couple of movies.
Okay. So the movie set asked you to come in?
Yeah.
What were those movies? You remember?
One with Gerald Butler.
The White House Down?
No, the soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well. And then I did the Hank Williams movie.
Yep.
I carried the ice cream truck up to Caddo Lake up in Oil City.
Yeah.
Did that.
Tom Hiddleston, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they called and wanted me to do the Duck Commander with Phil Robertson over at Monroe.
Mhm.
But we didn't ever get that worked out because I couldn't figure out how to get the truck over to
Won't go
Monroe.
that far.
Well, it'd take me 2 days to drive over there. And
Yeah. So what year was the truck made? If it's
76.
76.
Yeah.
Centennial.
Yeah.
That's right.
19.
America's birthday. Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about buying a new truck?
No.
No, you were committed to that one.
I'm committed to that.
That's
one,
your baby.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to do something because, like this year, so far, we've had spark plugs, spark plug wires, alternator, starter, brakes, emergency brakes, and that's just.
What's coming up on 50 years old, Spud? It's amazing it's still running.
It is, and it's not running real well right now.
Barely.
either.
You get around. So where do you all go now? So in neighborhoods, because you go in my neighborhood. So just a spoiler there that I live in Stockwell. You come by
Right.
our neighborhood. Our kids are excited to see you every Thursday. So you
Yeah.
said you mostly do daycares and stuff. But what neighborhoods are you actually in still that you go to?
Country Place, Dogwood, and Stockwell Road
There
area.
you go.
Yeah.
We're glad you're still running.
Oh, well, thank you, Evan.
Oh, my kids are excited every time. My one complaint, if I had one,
Yes, sir.
and I think I know you well enough to know why. We don't have cash anymore, Spud. I think the only thing I spend cash on any time is the ice cream man.
I know.
It's
Well,
all
you need
card.
to. So you need to tote some with you, Evan. It ain't,
That's why
it ain't
I-
heavy.
The only
It ain't
reason
heavy. Just
I have
tote it with
cash is for this ice cream man. We got to get you set up on Venmo. We'll get you a card, Spud.
You know, if I do that, it charges me every time I run that card.
Takes a cut.
So then I'm gonna have to raise the prices.
Mm.
Yeah, Evan, you can tote a $1 bill in your.
I'm just saying, it's a
$1.
cashless society. We're
It
going
is.
that way.
All you millennials are.
That's
just like
exactly
that.
right. Jordan, do you have cash? Do you carry cash? Not a single
See?
dollar right now.
No. Well, then he won't get ice cream.
That's right. We go find it. We scrape together our pennies.
That's right.
Go and borrow from the neighbors because they want that ice cream.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
That's awesome. So I did not realize you were a Vietnam vet, Spud. What unit did you serve? Where'd you
Just
do
in the Air Force.
that? Not just in
Well, I mean,
That's
I wasn't a trained killer or anything.
Sure.
So
I wasn't implying that. That's where your mind went. What did you do in the Air Force?
I did a lot of intelligence work, like loading trucks and driving a forklift. And
Is that where your love of vehicles came from? Or did you have a love of vehicles and then went in?
I've never had a love of vehicles.
To take care of that ice cream truck for 50 years.
I don't take care of that truck.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why
You send
I
it to
go-
somebody else.
I send it to cars on Highway 8.
Shout out to Cars. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
They
I
want to
hope-
sponsor the podcast. Talk to them, Spud. We'd love some sponsors. So gotcha. So intelligent work. Were you drafted? Did you enlist?
I enlisted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I got drafted, but then the lady told me within 6 weeks I'd be in Vietnam toting a M16, and I told her no, I won't.
I'll do something else.
So I went and joined the Air Force, and
Wow. How old were you?
I just got out of college, 21.
Wow.
Yeah, 21 or 22.
So how long were you in the Air Force?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Did your time, got out.
Did my time and got out.
And then you came back to Bossier?
Yes.
Houghton?
Yeah. Houghton.
And then what'd you do after you were driving around the ice cream truck? The first time.
For a job?
So you came back, you said you did it for Foremost, and then what'd you do as a career? Yeah.
Oh, as a career, I was worked in the wholesale liquor distributorship.
There you go. So my first memory of really getting to know you and you becoming a Simple Church celebrity was Sinbad.
Oh,
So you want to talk about some of that? We brought in the comedian Sinbad. He had done a
Yes.
show, and so he interacted with the audience,
yes,
and you got picked.
I did.
And what did he talk to you about?
Well, he asked me what my name was, and I told him, I said, well, you want my Christian name? And I thought, Spud, but my Christian name, that's not my Christian name. And then, he went off on that. But I thought it was Michael Jr.
Was it Michael Jr.? It might have been Michael
I
Jr.
think it was
you're right.
Michael
I
Jr..
apologize. See, that's why we talk to you. Make sure we get the record straight.
Yeah.
It was Michael Jr.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he ate me alive.
It had fun. So do we want to reveal your real name, or is that private information? What is your Christian name?
Well, I tell you that, I think I owe you money.
Oh, all right. So
No, it's
you can-
James Wilson.
James Wilson.
Yeah.
But Spud has such a great. Where does Spud come from?
Evan, whenever I was 7th or 8th grade, living in Rodessa,
Okay.
Louisiana, we had a boys, of course, baseball team, and my father came out one day, and that's when all the Russian Sputniks were flying around overhead, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
he just called me Sputnik. And then all the boys heard it, and they started laughing, thought it was funny, and then it just stuck. And it's been like that since 7th grade.
And you like it? You embraced it? Or do you
I love it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I do like it.
That's so funny.
So
That just goes to show you one choice in middle school can stick with you your whole life.
that's it. That's right.
What position did you play in baseball?
Third base.
Third base.
Yeah.
Cleanup hitter? Where'd you hit?
Oh, way down at the bottom.
I wasn't very good either. Jordan's a baseball guy over there.
Oh, is he?
He's our best player on the podcast.
Oh.
Absolutely. He coached. He played for Airline High School.
Yes, he's, yeah.
Playing baseball right now, that sounds like it would hurt.
Getting older, bro.
I threw something the other day and was like, ow.
Getting old fast, Jordan. There you go. So third baseman, Spud Wilson.
Yeah, went to North Caddo.
North Caddo High School. All
Yeah.
right. And then where'd you go to college?
Northwestern.
Forkham.
Forkham Demons, that's
There you
right.
go. But you're a big Arkansas fan.
I am.
So how'd you end up an Arkansas fan if you're in
My
Rodell?
father was from there, and when I was, 15 or 16, he took me to a Arkansas, Texas A&M game in Little Rock.
Yeah.
Well, from being from Odessa, and you go to that stadium that held, like 55,000 people, I had never seen that many people in one place in my life, and I never had seen that many pretty girls in one spot. And I said, hey, this will work. This works. And I just became a Hog fan.
There you go. And so talk about your kids. None of them ended up Hog fans, but you do have some kids.
They
Tell
are
us about-
all Hog.
They're Hog fans, but they didn't go to Arkansas.
No, they did not.
Nobody ended up
Yeah.
filling that out. But tell us about your kids, your grandkids, your family.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Put you on the spot.
Cindy, my oldest daughter, lives in Jacksonville, Florida, and she's a school teacher. And Kathy, her sister, is a job recruiter. She lives in Jacksonville. Brandy is the one of the apartment managers at the La Rovage. I hope I said that right.
We'll get it close enough.
Yeah. And
They
then-
probably won't sponsor us now. Thanks.
but we got cars. We had the
Hey.
cars. And then Whitney, of course, is in Wiley, Texas, and she was an attorney. And then my stepdaughter, Lynn, she lives over in Texas, and she teaches school.
It's a lot of women, Spud.
It's a lot of women.
You and I can relate on that.
Yeah, and I have a girl dog, so I don't have any. I make no
Completely
decisions.
outnumbered.
Yeah, I don't make any decisions.
Except spontaneous ice cream trucks.
And let's see, I have 3 grandkids in Florida, and I have the 2 boys in Texas, and then I have the 2 boys with Brandy here, and then we have Whitney's baby, Ella, and then Whitney's pregnant again. So
There you go.
and it's going to be another little girl, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's be fun.
It
A lot of
is.
kids.
Oh, man.
of
I
kids.
bet you're a fun grandpa, too.
Well, we try to have fun with them.
I believe that.
Go to the lake and go places.
Absolutely. You got lake plans this summer? You going fun trip?
We went to Lake DeGray Memorial Day weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, we go up there 3 or 4 times a year. Got a little camp up there, and it's fun.
It's beautiful.
It
Maui.
is pretty.
My wife went to Ouachita Baptist University.
Oh, yeah,
We go
that's
over to
right. I
Lake
forgot.
DeGray often.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty place.
It is.
Absolutely. So you started going to Simple Church with Justin at Ice Cream. Did you have a church background growing up? Were you involved in church as a kid? What's your church history?
I was going to First Baptist in Rodessa,
Okay.
but I had a really bad experience. And it's probably been since high school since I've been in church.
Do you mind talking about that bad experience? Is it something?
Well, what happened was my father was a very deep Christian man. I don't know about his past,
Sure.
but he had been married before. But he was a deacon in the First Baptist Church. Somehow that came up, and they found out that he had been married before. And they made him get off the board of deacons and couldn't do that anymore because he'd been married. And that broke his heart, broke my heart, and I got angry at them, and I said, no, too much politics. This is not what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I just quit. And a long, many years.
So you didn't really attend church from high school all the way until
Yeah.
2009?
No,
Wow.
not at all. And now I can see what I missed.
Sure.
I mean, it's just changed my life, my outlook, my perspective on life. I'm happier now than I think I've ever been, and
Wow.
more content.
That's saying something. Well, look what the
Whoa, looky
cat
here.
drug in.
Scott,
You
are
can't
such
see
a
off
pleasure.
camera right now, but Scott just showed up for the podcast. I also think you scraped your face or something there. What? You got a little scratch on your face. Scott Odom, co-host, got tied up at the Shreveport Convention Center, Spud. He was doing good. He was serving, getting drinks ready for Sunday. And now he's in camera and getting his headphones on.
Scott, you got a little scratch on your chin.
That's what somebody
looks like
said.
Scratch him.
Excuse me, hold on 1 second.
Are you okay?
Sure. Sorry, and who are you? What am I doing here? Ooh, this microphone smells like coffee.
Oh, I still can't smell, so I wouldn't know.
You still got COVID?
10 months after COVID, I still have no smell.
Still has COVID.
It's the
Longest
you can't
case
smell
ever.
it.
Can't smell a thing.
Really? Can you taste?
It's weird. Taste comes in and out. It's intermittent and stuff tastes off, but it's better than it was, but smell is nothing.
Speaking of off,
my
it's weird sitting here.
Yeah, you're in a different spot.
Yeah,
You've
but
been
that's okay.
the host chair.
That's okay.
We're glad you made it.
Glad to hear. Yep. Sorry I'm late, everyone. Had a little bit of had a snafu this morning there at the old Sam's getting drinks for Sunday morning. So,
But we got to have the drinks, guys.
yeah, I've been at the convention center since 7:30 this morning.
Ew.
Oh.
Yep.
It is now 9:39 for reference.
Yep. Also, massive accident on I-20. So if you're heading east, don't do it.
By the time they hear this, they probably will be
That's
clear.
true.
Hopefully.
That's true.
Hopefully that accident's
Yeah.
way gone.
Yeah. Yep. Hopefully.
We'll just do live traffic reports on the
Yeah,
podcast. that are
anything else anybody wants to know? Anyway, what are we doing?
3
What
weeks
are we
later.
talking about?
We've gone through Spud's life story. Did you know he was
Oh, my
a
goodness.
Vietnam vet?
Yes.
You
Were you really?
was in the Air Force.
why did you
What'd
say
you?
that?
I like we're going to
served in the Air
repeat the whole
Force?
podcast now for everybody.
No. I'm just curious. My dad's a Vietnam vet.
Oh. Well, a lot of us were.
Didn't really have a choice back
Yeah, I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, here, I got a question for you. So were you going to be drafted and join the Air Force?
We've already covered this, so go back and listen.
I wasn't here.
All right, but you don't want to repeat it for the listener.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Anyway, so we were talking about his church experience.
Thank you, Spud. He
Growing up.
answered.
Yeah.
That's right.
But anyway, it's
yeah.
just some. And now I tell you, in the life group, I'd like to stress the life.
That is a great transition. 'Cause I was going to ask you about that. Which life group are you in? How'd you get involved with that?
Well, I just picked a life group. I didn't know any of those guys, of course. You know, I hadn't been to church or anything, and it was just, I don't know, a perfect fit. You know,
Were you
it's
still
like,
selling alcohol?
mm-hmm.
Did you sell it to any of the guys in the life group? Just curious.
Yeah, a couple of them.
We won't name names.
No, we won't tell who it was. But then we got involved, you know, and it's like this year was our 6th annual golf tournament to raise money to buy the bikes for the kids.
So we've had Kurt on joining and doing
okay.
that and talking
Yeah,
about the bikes.
okay.
And you've probably seen the bikes that have been around Simple Church, but you are a part of that life group.
Right.
So you just signed up out of the blue, not knowing anybody.
Not knowing anybody.
Just felt like inside, was somebody telling you need to be in a life group? What?
No, I
you
just felt like the church was getting so big at that time.
Yeah.
You know, and there were so many people. And I wanted to be involved in a smaller group and, you know, get to know some people.
So-
and
I want to revisit something Evan just said. Do you hear voices telling you to be part of a group, Evan?
Oh, all the time. You don't hear?
Okay. No. Just wanted a clarification.
Thank you.
Sorry, anyways.
I didn't know if somebody was like, hey, you need to be in my group, or you just were internally motivated.
internally motivated. Yeah. And
I like that term.
It was great, and it was great, and then I was fortunate enough to, you know, work with the church and with all the elementary schools in Bossier Parish, and
That's right.
that's been a blessing.
Well,
And
you're the ice cream man.
yeah, but this is different. I mean, we don't just do ice cream at the church,
Yeah, but
you know.
but when people see you, it puts joy in their face.
Oh my God,
in their face?
Yeah.
in their face,
In their face and behind their eyes.
But let's talk about some of that. So, what are some of the things you do in the schools? Because you've been in one of the community pastors, you've gone and helped and do things in that
Yeah.
area. What are some things that you have done in projects?
Well, what I'm most proud of, and what I didn't realize, is how many children there are in Bossier Parish that go home hungry every night from school, and especially on the weekends.
Because let's be honest, most people look at the Caddo side of the river and like they got all the problems, but Bossier's got it all fixed. Everybody's
Right.
fine.
That's
No,
not,
they're
that's not
poor folk.
true. That's it, it's
Well, they're poor
hard, and
folk.
I had no idea there was that many kids. And you know, in living in the Houghton area, and you think, well, Platt, T.O. Roads, you know, those kids, there's money out there. That's true. There is a little, but I mean, there's a lot of poor areas out
As
there.
someone who lives in one of the poor areas of Houghton, I can tell you there's not a lot of money out there.
There's not. And so many children. But anyway, and we brought this up, and we started a backpack food program. And the church has been phenomenal in helping with that.
So explain what that is. What do y'all do?
Well, it's like a gallon Ziploc bag, and we put little treats and food items in it, and then carry it to the schools based on the number of kids and the number of weekends that there will be, and they put it in a backpack for the kids on Friday afternoon after school. They carry it home. They have something to eat on the weekend. They bring the backpack back on Monday, and they fill it back up on Friday.
And to be clear, it's not necessarily, some of these kids are going home hungry, but really what is called is a food desert. So they don't have access to nutritional food. Most of the time, most of these kids have access to just convenience store food during the weekend. So this provides them with something that's a lot more nutritious than what you would find in a convenience store. Because a lot of these kids, literally, instead of eating like a meal, they're eating a bag of, chips and, whatever, a Mountain Dew. And that's their meal, where this backpack provides them with something a little more nutritious.
Oh, yeah, because we'll get little cans of peaches, and we have crackers and Pop-Tarts. And, it's just to keep them from being so hungry.
Right.
Over the weekend. And it's just phenomenal. And the teachers and the parents it's so phenomenal to watch them whenever we as church members start carrying all this in, and they're so excited to have this help.
It's awesome. So we've been doing that how many years now? Probably
3 or 4.
Yeah.
We even did it during COVID.
We sure did.
Take that, pandemic.
And probably have done, well over 1,000 bags.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
No, we do 1,000 every semester. every
little low in your estimate there.
Let's start low. If you go like 1 million, and then he's like, "Oh, we only done 6,000." It's not as impressive.
No, we do it in the fall, and then we do it again in January.
And stock them for the whole semester.
And for the whole, and then
So beginning of school and then beginning of the second semester.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And people have generously given to that. We've had people help stuff the bags on Sunday morning.
Yes.
We've done it at the office a couple times.
Yes.
Being a part of doing good.
And whenever Justin asks, or we put out the message, what we need, the food items, they just come pouring in. People at this church are so giving.
It's awesome.
They just give, and it's amazing.
Why did you look at me and laugh?
Because I think you're funny.
Funny looking.
Apparently, I'm just sitting here and looking.
That's right. You can watch on YouTube and see Scott's face. No, but I think what's so cool that is something we say a lot is an Andy Stanley phrase is do for one what you wish you could do for all.
Yeah.
We can't fix every kid being hungry, but we can do something for some kids.
That's right.
And so we had the connection, the relationship you had built and invested in those schools, and they asked, and we were able to meet that need.
Absolutely. I just feel so blessed to be part of that.
And we're blessed to have you part of that.
See what
I'm trying to be serious here.
You've never
He can't take you serious.
Golly.
I really can't, Scott.
But no, you do a fantastic job, Spudley.
No.
You do. And plus,
thank you.
And have we gone over the special? Spud's going to be something very special for Father's Day.
We have not got into that.
Father's Day. I don't want to give it away.
This will play
he
after
is,
Father's Day.
But this will be after Father's Day.
So you'll have already seen it.
Yes, he is Ric Flair, because you gotta, in order to be the man, you gotta beat the man. There we go.
So everybody has heard this. Go ahead.
When is this?
This is June 20th. Or what's today?
No.
Where are we?
No,
You haven't seen your moments?
Father's Day.
Where are we?
Father's Day.
Rec on 20 is still there.
Play in a couple weeks after Father's Day. We're recording
Yeah.
in the future, Spud. You're talking to the
This
future
is
world.
the
It's
future.
July.
I know, but when is the wrestling thing?
June
June 20th, Father's Day. You're a
okay.
father. You should know this.
I know. It's the 20th.
It's maybe the single most important day of the year, besides June 18th.
I don't know about that.
June 18th, in my personal opinion, is the most important.
The-
Scott's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is important.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll peel the curtain back since y'all are ruining the charade here. Today is Thursday, June the 10th.
Yes.
This episode airs.
I love how technical.
Not editing any of this.
Nah, good. Leave
I'm
it.
leaving it.
Please
That's
don't.
right. This is great podcasting. And so this Sunday will be June 13th. The
Right.
next one is Father's Day.
And that's when we're doing it.
And that's when you're dressing up, Spud.
Yeah.
It's all
I'll be
wrestling.
dressed up too. I'm Randy Savage, the Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
We found a costume for Scott, Spud. It's something.
It's rather large. The pants are the kind of pants where it's like you see on the Slim Fast commercial where I've lost 100 pounds. Yeah, those are the pants.
You fit 3 people inside it?
Yeah, exactly. I think, and even though I'm big, like I think Ray could actually get in the pants with me, and we can
that big. So the good news is, if you're listening to this, you can go on YouTube, subscribe to the Simple Church YouTube channel, and see all the Father's Day content.
And I will tell you, and Evan can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that this particular video might be one of the funniest videos we've ever done.
We've done some funny videos.
Oh,
This one-
absolutely.
That's a bold statement.
I laughed. Justin and I just coming up with some of the stupid ideas, and I think we all laughed to a point of crying because it was just, it's one of the most ridiculous things we've ever done. And why we haven't done it till now is mind-blowing.
Did you watch wrestling, Spud? Are you a wrestling fan?
I used to watch wrestling.
What
a lot.
era was that? Who are some of your favorite wrestlers?
Don't give your age away.
No. Oh, Ric Flair.
There we go. Good answer. Good answer.
I will tell you this, Ray Rainey said his wrestler, and the question that I asked was, Ray, was that, did you watch it in black and white? Because he used to watch it not at the Hearst Coliseum, but he used to go to events at the Municipal, if that tells you how long ago that was.
It was Elvis and wrestling.
Elvis and wrestling.
Elvis.
Love me some Elvis stuff.
Do you?
Oh, God.
What's your favorite Elvis song?
Crying in the Chapel.
There you go.
Never heard it.
I don't think I know it either.
I'm
Jordan,
not
you
a
know?
big Elvis guy.
Nope.
I'm just not. I'm sorry. I mean, he's definitely left his mark on rock and roll. And
Yeah.
I certainly think his influence was.
You've never been to Graceland?
I have, actually.
I have not.
I've walked through the gates of Graceland.
And you didn't like it?
In your blue suit.
I thought Graceland was cool.
Yeah.
I even took a tour of his plane, both of them,
Yep.
Even.
because it's at Graceland.
Exactly.
So what? Were you see him live? Were you around when he was here?
No, yeah. I was alive when he was here.
But you didn't get to go.
But I mean,
No,
he was
I
a
didn't.
child. You're not.
Yeah,
that
a mere
old.
child.
A mere child. Young.
But he
I was.
he was here he was here several times.
Yeah, I didn't know if you saw him live.
No, I didn't get
Yeah.
to see him.
He lived here. I'm kidding. He didn't.
No, he didn't. But
Elvis.
DJ Fontana, his drummer, was from here too, though.
Really, I didn't know that.
There's a fun fact worth listening to this podcast.
Fontana. That's an excellent name.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Fontana.
Yeah,
That
James
is-
Burton.
And
Who's
And
Bert?
James.
I did know
Who's
that.
James Burton? I'm kidding.
Yes.
Kidding, James. If you're listening, James, I'm kidding.
So all that being said, for Father's Day, you'll have already seen this. You can know this. You go back. We asked people to dress up as wrestlers, and Justin Hagler directly came to me out of the blue one day, maybe talking to you, and just said, "I need you to get Spud to wear the Ric Flair costume."
That was me, Spud. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We were
Oh,
talking
my
about
God.
who could be Ric Flair, and I said Spud.
So you can thank Scott, Spud.
Thank you, Scott.
And really what it came down to, Spud, was the hair.
oh,
Because you have a perfectly golden
Voice.
silver mane that matches Ric Flair's almost shot for shot.
I hadn't seen Rick lately.
Oh,
Well, you don't want to look lately. You want to look back in his prime because lately he's not looking so.
He's not looking so good.
But then again, you do that for a living, you wouldn't be looking too good either.
That's true. That's true.
that's a whole nother podcast.
yeah.
It's rough on wrestlers. So
We're going to start up Rough on Wrestling with a Simple Church.
wrestler support group. So Spud, we look forward to seeing you because it's the future, but people right now can go back and see it
Yes.
in all your glory. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll have lots of fun pictures.
Also, if you live in Stockwell and Dogwood, would you buy his ice cream, please?
We talked about that too. We're regular customers, but we talked
Still,
about
though, I just want to promote his ice cream because he used to hook me up, which he doesn't anymore, but with the birthday cake Blue Bunny ice cream sandwich.
You got that exactly right, Scott.
Scott knows his food.
He does. Knows it.
I'm big for a reason.
Is that discontinued item? Is that a secret menu?
No.
No, they
It just got expensive for him.
it got too expensive. You know, it's just. I guess we could still get it. I don't know. I haven't asked this year
I
about
feel
it.
like you should do it for Scott, Spud.
I
Don't
would.
do it. Just no. Don't
have-
do it for me. Do it for the people.
Just for the people.
People be blessed.
Because I'm all about the people.
I know. Yeah, but I'll
People
see. I will ask about them next time.
Y'all heard
Those-
it here on this podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I will say by far that is my favorite ice cream that I've ever had.
I
And
know,
it
you
came
did
off of
like
your
'em.
truck. Yeah.
I always go with the frozen Snickers. Just
See, I just know. Thank you. But then again, I'm allergic to peanuts. So
well, that makes no
Oh.
problem. Jordan, do you have a go-to ice cream choice?
let's
Jordan
go
has a
towards
microphone
mine.
already the whole time.
I've been on a Klondike bar kick.
Ew.
Well,
Peanut butter.
Ooh, for a
Reese's peanut
Klondike
butter
bar.
cup. Klondike bar.
Well, that's fine if you didn't have the Klondike bar in it. Gross.
Whatever. My wife's been buying these Mickey Mouse chocolate bars at the
Those
See,
are
see,
good.
you're lucky because your
Dude.
wife is currently pregnant, so now it's like
It's
you
an
get to eat
excuse.
everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I can't eat any of them or she'll kill me.
No, that's true. Happy wife, happy life.
There you go. So thank you for tuning into Ice Cream Talk.
Yeah.
We've had a great podcast.
Spud Mackenzie Wilson.
Spud's McKenzie. Do you know why he's named Spud? You missed this.
No, I have no idea. I wasn't here.
Sputnik. His dad called him that after the satellite.
The
You
Russians,
don't look like a Spud, Nick.
Russians were flying all over in space.
Yeah, I know.
You remember that?
No, I'm not that old.
No, but you wrote
But
about
I've
it.
studied about it. Yeah, I
Did a
studied
report.
about it.
You studied
I've
about it.
seen the Sputnik satellite, and I have to say, you look nothing like it.
I think it was because I was kind of out there.
Spacey.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. So that was worth the price of admission right there.
Yep.
Spud, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
Oh,
for
thank
coming.
you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
If
for
you live
these
in one of
5
those
minutes.
neighborhoods, look for the red ice cream truck, not the other knockoff one.
No.
Oh,
The
That
real
guy's
Spud.
creepy in the van. Not Spud, the other guy.
If he hears this, we're inviting him onto the podcast to come and defend himself.
No, absolutely. I won't be a part of that.
Spud, thanks for all you do.
Thank
Thanks
y'all.
for doing good in the community.
Oh.
Appreciate it.
Thank
It's been
y'all.
an absolute great 5 minutes.
That's right. Scott
Thank
literally
y'all.
just showed up, and jumped in here.
Yeah, he did. But thank y'all for having me. It's been a lot of fun. I
I'm
love
glad.
you
I'm
guys.
happy. I was the one that told Evan we should get you on here. So I'm
Well,
glad
thank
you
you,
came.
Scott.
Yeah, and I was a part of none of it. So you're welcome.
On that note, bye-bye. Thanks for downloading this episode of Backstage with the Simple Church. It was good to talk to Spud.
It might have been.
You heard half of it.
Well, not really half. It came in the last 5 minutes.
There you go. But you, listener, got to enjoy the full experience.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe to get a new episode every week. We'll continue the beginning series this summer. Had a good time talking to the people, and we'll keep talking to some great people.
We talked to the people about talking to the people.
People talk. Subscribe, give us a 5-star review. It helps people to search and be able to find the podcast. And have a great week.
Yes, people. Do that.